I knew it. I forgot to turn my mic on. I got it early this time. Hi, Charlotta, Linda, Joellen, Linda, Karen, Marion, Judy, Leslie. Is that another Karen or the same Karen? April. Oh, wow. Now there's a lot. I can't keep up. Carol, Beverly, Brenda, how you doing? Hey, how is everybody? Good to see you guys. All right, I have some fun stuff today. I have a lot of news, and I have some stuff to show you, which I don't think I ever showed you before. It might be you, Linda. Hey, Isabel. Hi, Diane. Hi, Lisa G. Good to see you guys. I am going to show you some things that kind of got me going in this business, and I don't know if you're going to care, but I was cleaning out my magazines last night because my husband's out of town, and I thought I'm going to surprise him and clean out this bookcase. So I did, and I found some things that I thought I should just show you. So I'm going to do that in a minute when I turn the camera down. But just a couple announcements before we get going. Please don't forget to watch Craft Roulette, and let me make the little thing come up here. So that is going to be tomorrow night at, I think, 7:30 my time. That's Eastern time. So go ahead over and just check out the site. It's on YouTube. Just go over to Craft Roulette on YouTube and get the reminder, and then it will come and tell you when to start watching. Okay, I have to go early because I have to get set up and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if that time is for me or for you or for what. So, you know, have your dinner, and then depending on where you live, go ahead over, and I hope you can join me there. I think it's a nice group. I put something up in the Craft Roulette Facebook group the other day and said I'm a little nervous, but, you know, good to meet you guys. And they were just so nice. And so I think it's going to be fine, but we'll see. You never know. Yes, it will be late. It will be very late for you, Charlotta. And I know that that's, yeah, just not happening. But, you know, you can watch the next day. If it's bad, I will put something in the group so you don't bother, but hopefully it's not too bad. So that's happening tomorrow night. And then today I found out I'm going to California to Sizzix and do some secret things out there. So maybe I can do a couple lives while we're there, and you can kind of see what the place looks like. I'm not sure what we're allowed to film and stuff, but I'm sure I can say hi and you know, show you what that at least the outside of the building looks like. I'm sure we can do something in there. So anyway, I didn't mention that to him because we have other stuff too. Okay, yes, Marion, you will be asleep. I watched a part of it today from last week. Yeah. Hi, Carol from Kingman. Good to see you. Okay. All right. So let me just make sure. So that's all I have to say right now about that stuff. Needle bookmark there. We'll see, Karen. All right. Hi, Katie. So let me just bring you back to Tuesday, where we got on and we did this. Remember this fun little embossed with Finlet's leather journal. This is the card case. You went and set a reminder. Watch part of the show to see how it worked. Yeah, it does look fun. Hi, Leah from Texas. So this is what we made on Tuesday. So I had to wrap my brain around some things that I was looking at, which was, and you'll see in the post, if you get onto the EileenHall.com, my website today, we have Elizabeth did a really, really pretty journal from a piece of a couch, which was leather. And she also used something interesting on the leather. And I thought, oh man, what is that? And so I read her blog. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you can go over and look. Okay. It's our post just went live. So if you go to EileenHall.com right now, you will see it. And anyway, I had another idea of taking it a different way. Yes. So this is what I came up with in a similar manner. This is leather. I haven't done the inside yet, but look at that. Isn't that amazing? Guess what it is? Can you guess? All right, let's see. Can you guys guess what that is? Oh, thank you. Thanks for putting the link. Hi, Angie. All right. Do you know what it is? It is leather because I use this. Now, I use this because I've had this a while. No. Well, it's a folder, Karen, but it's the tablecloth one. It is not lace. It's pretty. Okay, the base of it is the leather. Did I stamp and emboss? I didn't stamp, Angie. There's something else that I put on it that which I would never have thought of if I hadn't seen Elizabeth's. This is napkin. Can you believe that? I decoupage napkin onto the leather and then I embossed it. So we're going to do one today, just pretty quick because I have most of it ready to go. But I did want to show you a couple things before we get going. But this is the leather. And the thing I want to tell you about it, do you see how it has like a texture to it? Usually these do not emboss. And I thought, you know, I'm just going to do it. At least I can put the napkin on it. And if it doesn't emboss, that's okay. And maybe it's even kind of like a little texture. And you're looking at your chairs and see how to take that apart. Well, you might want to do it after today. So anyway, I took this and I ran it through and I cut it and everything was fine. And then I did the napkin decoupage and it was really pretty. And then I thought, you know what? I am just going to run that through the embossing folder and see what happens. Now, the one thing is that it has to dry. So I don't know how I'm going to get how much I can do like live, but I'll do as much as I can. Okay. The other thing is, this is crazy. Remember all those strips we had left over from the tabs of the, I thought I'm going to make like a little weaving out of the leather and put it on the cover of a journal and glue it down. Wouldn't that be pretty? You have done napkins on Oh, wow. That's cool, Carol. Yeah, I just never thought about it. So anyway, I was excited and I thought you guys might be excited too. So we'll go ahead and do that. And I am just going to put this up and then I'm going to change my camera over here so you don't have to watch me and get seasick. And then we're going to make something. But first I want to show you something from my past. All right, let's get this up here. Look at that. Okay, I'm a little crooked. One of these days, I'll get it right. Okay, and this light is shining down. But this is a book that I wrote when I was, this is kind of what got me started with all this mat board. And I wrote this in like 2008, I think. And all of these projects are made using mat board that are inside. And that's how I got the thought of this dimensional crafting with mat board. So I was really proud of this. This was one of my first things that I ever did. I had projects published in some magazines, which I'll show you in a minute. I found some of those too. So this is how you can do it out of mat board and the tools that I used. I made this book for Logan Graphics, which is the company that makes a mat cutter that I use. And so anyway, there's my book. So once we did that, then they said, well, you know, we have some more tools coming out. What do you know about a foam board? So I said, well, not that much, but I think I can figure it out. Hey, Darlene. So anyway, this, let's see that picture. That's when my hair was short. Let's see, maybe it's in here. Yeah, look at that. That's in my gazebo. Look at that corny picture. I think I probably weighed more than I wanted to, so I put a piece of foam board in front of me and stuck my hand through. That is very corny. But that is me in our gazebo. That was, I think, right after my daughter got married. Anyway, so it talks about the tools and, you know, how I made it, and these are some projects that we made with foam board. The photos are really bad. I took them myself and they're so dark, but you know, what can you do? You live and learn. This was a little dollhouse. I had so much fun making that. It was I used black and white foam board and made like a little checkerboard floor and a little table and chairs. It was so much fun. And some signs and a pyramid. These were science projects, and then some holiday stuff. And, you know, it was fun. There was one really cute little skeleton, or not a skeleton, a snowman. Oh, that guy. I made tons of them. Anyway, so those are some of my books that I wrote. And then these are some of the projects that I did in this magazine. And I don't know if you guys remember this card maker. It was such a great magazine. And, oh, actually, this was Boardworks. This was when I was selling kits myself, and I put an ad in here. Angie, I might have them in my, I don't know if I have them listed in the in my Etsy store. I do have some. I'll have to look. They're in the back. I'll have to go see if I have them. They're like $10. So if you want them, you know, they just kind of give ideas, even though that was it was 15 years ago, you know, anyway. So yeah, that was I had a line of kits that made these little projects, and that was one. And then I was in Card Maker that was my project. And, you know, so this was kind of how I got started. That was Trinity's first Christmas. It was a long time ago. What else did we have in here? Oh, that was a die. That was one of my dies. So this was later because that was the toolbox die. I thought that was good for the guys. And what else is in here? I don't know. It was fun to go back and look. Oh, I love that. That was such a fun, that was my leaf die. And I just loved how simple that was, but I made those and gave them to a lot of people for Christmas. And I still put it up every year. You know how some projects you just like, what else? Oh, there, that was a die too. So that was the one of my cube boxes. So anyway, that was that. Oh, and this was when I went to Creativation, and this was the craft stamper. This was a UK publication that was great, and I'm so sad that it wasn't there anymore. It's not, but this was Creativation 2017, and Jenny Marples came, and she was demoing in front of my booth in the Sizzix booth. That was my trailer, and everybody was in there talking and having a great old time. That was what it looked like. So that was a fun time. And then we did this, which was a whole feature where we had some of you guys in here. Janie Jane, look at this. She got the big picture. Remember that? Hey, Jenny Marples, doesn't it feel like yesterday? Hey, Sabine, how are you? Good to see you. So I'm just doing, there's Jenny Marples. Leaf through the pages. Beautiful. Jenny Atkinson. I think there's a couple more. Yep, Elizabeth Robinson. We had Brenda Brown. Aren't they pretty? So we had a whole feature in this magazine, and I want to say thanks to Trish and to Jenny and Elizabeth and Bet's. I haven't seen her in a while. Brenda and Janie Jane. So thank you to everybody who contributed. That was so much fun, and it was nice to look through. And I got to tell you, I am sad that we don't have magazines anymore, because I just love looking at them, you know, and you can go back and read and just really see details, where on the computer it's like, yeah, you know. So anyway, that's life. Things move on. So All right, so what we're going to do today is we are going to make this new journal out of leather, okay? So let's get my big shot up here. Now I gotta open this. Oh, all right, let me show you what we're gonna use. All right, well, we can use any of these. I don't know which one yet. I haven't picked one, but I'm thinking that one just because I love that. That's the one I did with this, this one here. I used the tablecloth. And I was surprised because Tuesday, when I made that other book, it got really stiff and this one didn't. It's still very flexible. So that's what I mean about the leather being very individual, and you just don't ever know what it's going to do, but it's kind of a fun adventure. The other thing was this one did not score here, but I kept it because I thought that's going to strengthen it by not having it, score in there. So I'm all right with that. And I may just cover that with some kind of little cloth or something. I don't know. I'm not done with this. That was an experiment and I wanted to see if it worked, and I was so happy that it did. But anyway, so I might use this one, but here's all the folders. So whatever you have, you can use. And I am using a 3D embossing folder. So that just really gives more of a impression. I used napkins, and I swore I was not going to buy new napkins. And I did. I went to Home Goods the other day. I bought a whole bag of them. So don't be surprised. I'm going to have some really pretty new napkins coming up in the shop. A collection of kind of summer florals that are really pretty. So I will be putting them up soon. And then this is the base die that I used. And again, I just did just like the binding and the first flap. I didn't do the first cover. I didn't do the rest of the flap here, and I didn't use the pocket, although you could. But I was really just kind of experimenting, and I thought I don't want to waste it. If it's not going to work, I don't want to have some big long piece and then it doesn't work. But here are some of the others that I got. They're pretty. They're all, I'm noticing kind of a watercolor theme. Karen's saying, I wonder if balsa wood would take the emboss. It might, Karen. I don't know. Experiments are so much fun. Hard to see the folders. Oh, sorry about that. Well, they're all ones of mine. But what I was saying was any kind that you have should work, okay? As long as they're 3D. I'm trying to move this so it's straight. That just bugs me. Okay, we got a lot of supplies on here today. All right, so here's the die. And I'm going to turn it this way so it's easier for me to work. And again, we're just doing this piece and that piece. And then I did cut off one tab. I might cut off two this time. And actually, last time with the leather, just to conserve, I laid it up here and I measured, how much do I really need? Because I had an extra strip, which I could use for a latch or some kind of other thing. If I had a long piece, then I could butt the next one up to it. So, leather is expensive. So you just want to kind of keep an eye on how you're using it. So I'm going to use this one. Now I am going to go ahead. I'm thinking maybe I'll do it the other way this time, because I'm putting my Mod Podge on there. Let's try it. Yesterday we did it with the score lines like this. So today let's try that. Let's just see what happens. This is a softer leather, so that might be cool. All right, so let's go ahead and roll this one through. And then I'm going to have to open another pack. I think I do have more in the shop. If not, I have about 10 of them. So I don't know. I might not have updated, or we'll see. Napkins. Yeah, they're fun. They're so pretty. And what I like is you get a collection. You don't have to buy the whole thing. All right, let's see. So we're going to have to trim this down. Now, I can see this line. This one is a little bit less distinct, but I still can trim it. And the advantage here is I don't have that fold, and it should still, it's soft enough that it will fold over fine. So I think we're good. All right, so let's open this one up. sorry, could have done this ahead of time, but I was on a phone call till 2:45, and then I had to get ready. But it was exciting because we're talking about the trip out to Sizzix. I haven't been out there in, I don't even know, a long time. And I haven't met half the people that work out there. So to see them in person, you know, I got on a lot of Zooms with people, but it'd be fun to see. And I told her, Alexis, I was talking to, and I was like, could you take me to Daiso? She said, you want to go? Yeah, maybe we'll go on a couple of them. I'll find the best one. I was like, you are good. All right, now the other thing is this does have a little bit of wrinkling here because it's been in this packaging, but when I rolled it through, all of those came out. It might have been when I did the embossing. I'm not sure which one, but let's cut this. And I could just trim this one down. Here are some nice scissors that Lisa Townsend gave me. And they're very sturdy. So what I would do is kind of measure on here. I know I only want to use one tab. So I'm just going to cut this hopefully straight. And then I have the rest, you know, and I didn't use extra stuff that I didn't need. Actually, I could have done this way. Well, too late. I'm going to go like this. Okay. All right. I could use another cutting pad. I don't need that big long one. It might crack the wood because it is soft. I don't know. I wonder if you spritzed it with water. Now, one thing was yesterday, did I add water? I don't think I did. I don't remember. Did I add water? All right, let's move these cutting pads and get ourselves a folder here. Let's see. Ooh, that's a new one. Can't show you that one. All right, this one here. Okay, it's coming out soon, guys. It's really cool. You're going to love it. All right, this is the crochet mandala, and I like that one. But first, we're going to do our trimming, and we have to do our decoupage first. So we may not even get to that step. All right, I hope I can see here. See, that is one advantage of the other thing, and it is harder to cut because it's tougher. It's going through the skin of it. All right, that's good to know. See, that's not very straight. I might have to get my, let's get the blade out. Leslie will like that. Right, Leslie? All right, I just want that straight. And I think I changed all of my, oh, wasn't that genius? I did change my blade and I have it going the wrong way. It's supposed to be going, genius. Oh no, that's the one that got stuck. I couldn't get it back out. This is the right way. Ay, ay, ay. All right, I'm just gonna trim this up if it works. Go that way. And you don't even need to do this, but it's bugging me. Yeah, that's good. Okay. All right. And then I think I'm just going to use that here too because it's all set up. And this is easy because we have this little notch. So you can just line up the lines there and trim. No, I didn't do that straight. There we go. Okay. And then I would probably do my little corner thing there. And in a pinch, you could use your cutting pads. I have done that in the past to be your like acrylic ruler here. that's basically what it is, a straight edge. And we're just doing one. So this is a little tricky to see. I will say that the other way is a little bit easier. Well, I think that's right, but who knows? Well, it's straight anyway. All right, what are you guys saying? The Chairman's Challenge. What is that? We did an experiment with balsa wood, die cutting with a big die and embossing with the accompanying folder. It did work, and I can't remember how thick. Wow, cool. Dorothy, what is the Chairman's Challenge? Always waiting for the next one. They are. The next ones are fun. I think you guys will like them. Okay, so now we have these ready pretty much. So I'm just going to trim my ends like I did. I don't like those sharp corners because everything else is rounded. So I'm just kind of doing a little chop chop on the edge here. It's hard to round a piece of leather. Just, well, there. I say that and then I did it. It wasn't hard. As long as you have good scissors. I just don't like sharp edges. That's all. I'm a weirdo. Okay. So let's get these decoupaged. All right, so let's get our little mat out here. Well, I must use that one because it's sticky. All right, and I've got my decoupage medium. And all right, here's this. So I'm all set. I've got all that stuff. Now I want to pick my napkin. Now this is what I used the last time. I'll just show you. This was a nice pattern. I actually, let me show you because we're going to do one out of a different napkin, but look for patterns like this. The all over ones are a little tricky because then you have to cut something off. This one was nice because I could just take that section, this section, you know, and kind of, it was manageable and not too big. This would be nice for a big journal. You know, you could just do the whole thing or come down to here and cut it and just go around the edge and put that whole thing on. But we already did that one and I have some leftovers. And then what I did was I made these little, I was working on some things that I was putting in Etsy orders. And I thought, oh, I'm going to make, I had leftover paper. So I just made some little folders and then I just had extra pieces and I had decoupage medium out and I just made these little pockets. So you can put them on anything, you know. We are memory. You know, I did do that, Leslie, and it had a lot of fuzzies. I've been pressing. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, Jan. I was doing that too. The chairman of our Stitchers group sets a challenge each year. She judges the entries, and the best one wins a cup for the year. That's cool. All right, she sent it in. Good job, Dorothy. You're on it. All right, I'm just putting stuff away here because it's going to get messy. All right, so let's do our little napkin. I thought this was pretty. I think this is ranunculus or ranunculus, however you say it. It's kind of big, but I thought I might just do the separate flower, like right here, you know, I would separate maybe that and put that image on the front. So I'm going to cut this off here because I don't have, all right, now see, can you see that the, wait a minute, I don't know why. Wonder if the belt leather blade would work. Oh, yes, it might. It might. I forgot about that, Leslie. I got to find that. That's in my leather stuff, which, you know, I just have so much stuff, guys. All right, let's see. This looks cute. So you can see I'm not really very detailed here. I wonder if it'll just be wet and it'll stick to the, it is sticking to my table, which is good. And I can just put my finger on it and tear. So Dorothy, what was your project? What did you send in? like a sampler or... All right, just be careful. If it has a skinny stem, they're a pain. I don't want to tear this little flower off. Let's go over here. Go to the easier. I kind of like that yellow, so maybe, and we need two. We need one for the front and one for the back. You never know where to cut it off, but these have a lot of elements and they're very detailed, and I like that about it. Okay. There we go. That's pretty. That's a little fragile, but I think we'll be okay. All right. And I already went ahead and I separated these napkins, had, you know, the 3-ply. So I took my tape and all right, that's a little big, but I wonder if I could, well, if I chop off this guy, I think we'll be okay. All right. Well, he can maybe be in another. So cute, little baby. All right, so maybe I'll just do separate ones for the others. So I'll do this by itself. And then I think I'll do the yellow together. I'll do this yellow separate because that's kind of on its own and it's easy. But see how much easier it is with the water brush, or you could use a little paintbrush if you didn't have one of them. Maybe if I did this together, it could go down, I don't know, it could go down the side, but it might look a little weird. Maybe not. All right, let's do this all in one chunk. And it's helpful that this is a white leather, so you're not going to see the edges, and that is why I picked this light back pattern. But it's pretty too if you did it like a full-on background with a color behind it, you know, that would be pretty too. So this napkin is nice, but you know, I like when they cover the whole thing, but that image is pretty. That would be nice on like a journal die. Put a little red one above or over. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, layer them. All right, so let's look at our cover. So this would be my front. And we could do that. That doesn't look too weird, do you think? Kind of pointy, but we can trim this as we go. I think that's nice. Just about the right size. So, you know, pull it off if you have to. I mean, it could, yeah, they're kind of growing sideways. But you know what? It's a journal. I'm not going to worry about it. And here we could kind of add that in. We have to remember that we're going to be going over this line here, though, when we glue it. Now that could be coming up. I would probably, oh, that would bring in the yellow one here. What do you think? That's pretty. And this little guy could come over here, maybe. We'll see. Let's do this one first. All right. The chat wasn't moving on YouTube, so swap to Facebook. How is the connection, guys? I was kind of nervous after yesterday. All right, so I am just going to coat this whole thing with Mod Podge because I know it's pretty much all going to get something on it. And even if not, I want it equally protected. So, and if it goes over the edges, don't worry, because that means it's going to be like a glue on your like fuzzy stuff. So I might even do that. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to do was maybe add some luster wax to the edges. And we can do that on the other one. Okay. So let's look this up here. Bring that up a little bit. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, and then we're just gonna brush from the center out. Just pressing it on the Mod Podge. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look at that. I never did overlaying. Good idea. It's kind of wispy, but, and then I'm going to seal this off with another coat. Just be careful because some of this is fragile. This is a really very light napkin. Some are a little more heavy duty. And then I can trim this other stuff that's hanging off later once it's dry. It just cuts right off. Okay, so I think that's not a bad idea to actually go along the edges and add the glue so that it keeps all those little fuzzy things contained. Just got luster. Oh yeah, the luster wax. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to put these here so we remember what goes where. Could take a picture of it too in case you forget. If you have a lot of little pieces, sometimes I do that with a design. I want to remember exactly where I put things. All right, how did we do that? Was that one first? This is what I love about it, how it all blends into the background. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? My stomach is growling. I have to go out to Sizzix, so I have to lose 50 pounds. Ridiculous. But I'm going to try. Now I know that this is going under. You know what? Let's. I think I'm just going to lay that down. Maybe right there. And if you tear like I did right there, you can kind of heal it by just adding glue and putting it back in place, and it's fine. All right, and we have the one more little baby. That one could go right up there, don't you think? Yeah, it's like it's, there's no stem that matches, but you know what? I don't really think people are going to care. So we'll seal this. Now this will take a little bit of time to dry because I did that pretty heavy duty. But, and I would not put this through wet through your folder because it's sticky and it is going to be a big pain to, you know, take it out and get your embossing folder or de-stick it unless you did it right away, but I just don't want to do that to my folder. So the next thing that I would do, and this is where you could pick up from yesterday, is you can just take your two covers and take this spine and lay it over there and glue that together. This is the glue. This was the one I was going to try today. Yes, I will get these in there soon, Belinda. What is the brand of the blue knife I'm using? Oh, this is not a knife. Wait a minute. I just put it in water because this stuff gets, this is a spatula, which is from Dollar Tree. It's just a, I forget what they call it. It's in the makeup section. A silicone brush. Thank you, Leslie. Yeah. You use a cheap one you bought for face masks. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. You know why I like it? Because if you use a brush, you have to, you know, and you're picking it up and putting it down, you've got to wash the brush right away because it'll get all sticky, and you clean it off, and then you're putting all your stuff that you just, all the Mod Podge is getting put back in the water, and then you take it out and add more, whereas it would just be easier to keep it wet all the time. So if you're using this spreader, it doesn't, you know, there's no brush on it to be ruined. So I like it. And the cutting precision knife. This was from Dollar Tree. So that is just a, you know, Stanley knife, but it's actually, it might be from Harbor Freight. But I like the heavy duty one for things because I cut a lot of heavy duty stuff, you know. Thank you for tearing off stem. I didn't mean to stress you out. Okay. Oh, thanks, Karen. All right, she's got some links. Okay, so we're going to let this sit, and we'll see if this dries in time, but I don't know. So that's why we have this other one, and there were some additional things that I wanted to do with this. So let's get another thing, because I want to add some luster wax to this. I don't want to go crazy with it because I don't want to overshadow this pretty design, but I thought the gold maybe along the edges. And sorry, I was trying stuff out before and I got luster wax on my hand and it's just messy, but so pretty. And I got this tip from Margaret, the danger zone, the water brush. Do I mean the water brush? The blade, the water brush? Is that what you wanted to see? Where did I put that? I don't know what oh, here, it's right here. Yeah, this is I don't even know where I got it. Let me see. It says push. That's to squeeze the liquid out. So these are really cool gadgets. These hold water, but you could also add watercolor in here and dispense it. And if you don't have a lot of room to bring brushes, like if you want to do some watercolor or paint something, you know, if you don't have a lot of room, you can do any color. You just, you know, squeeze out the water, it flushes out the brush, and then you can do a new color. So you don't need a lot of different supplies. You can just bring a water brush and water, and you're good to go. And color, you know, whatever it is. Okay, so here is my gold luster wax. And this is a tool. It's from Studio Light. And I saw Margaret demoing this at the Chantilly Expo show. And what was cool about it was that it just fits in this luster wax. And then all she did was she just took it and rotated it around a couple times. And then it gets a nice coating. The only thing is you're not quite sure how much is on there and where it is. So you could take your paper towel and kind of go around it and see. But the fun thing about this is, and I don't know if you can see the napkin, but there are gold sparkles in the napkin and they kind of came off on the edges here. So I like the continuing that gold around. And I am going to try this on the edge. Oh, look at that. Look at how cool that is. Can you see? It's just a nice, fine little gold line of wax. And I'm going to hold on to that because I want it to go. And if it goes down a little bit, that's good. I can still see it. Because what's the point if you can't see it? And plus this luster wax smells so good, like orange. All right, so this is looking like a winner. And it also may hold in some of that fuzzy stuff that wants to escape. Because this is wax. That should kind of keep it in line. See how fuzzy that is? I don't know if you can see, but thank you. You are new to the napkin business, so use water to cut around patterns. Exactly. Sorry, I should have said that. I've done that demo so many times. I feel like I don't want to repeat myself every time, but is this a brand different from Tim Holtz? I don't know. I don't have the Tim Holtz ones. I kind of use makeup sponges and stuff. I just use what I have around. So I don't have them, but this, it said Studio Light on it. I think it says that. So that was at Scrappin' in the City carries them. They're in Tennessee because I saw them at the Expo show and that's where I bought them. And I'm glad. Oh, that's pretty. It's very subtle, but I think once we get some more color, some of this on the embossing, I think that's going to be really cool. It's already looking rich, but also kind of vintagey, don't you think? One thing, try not to get it on your hands and then on the inside of the book because it will go. It will, I guarantee you. So Sabine, yeah, you could use that water brush or you could just use a little paintbrush. You don't need any fancy stuff. And water, you know, you just go around the image and it's really, it gives that nice kind of torn edge. All right, so here I went off track a little bit, but that's all right because I was going to do that anyway. Yeah, that's right. I was going to do that anyway. I think I'm getting a little heavier handed here, but you can always go around and redo. See, that one looks shinier, doesn't it? Can you see that? This side looks shinier. They are the same size as Tim Holtz, but get the dome sponges from scrapbook.com. Okay, it's more control doing edges. Okay, all right, now we've got the edges done. So yeah, I'm thinking, let's just do a little and see what happens. But I could get carried away with this. I'm not going to go near these images though. Unless it's really cool, then I'm going to want to see what happens if I go over it. But I really kind of want that to shine through. I'm just doing a very light, easy coat here, filling in, kind of fading around. Oh, this is going to be so cool. I can't believe this works. This is like, it's a dream come true. Well, I've never done it before. And but then you say like, who was it in the group? Belinda, who was it that had done this before? It never crossed my mind, but there's so many possibilities for all the crafts. Have fun and try stuff. It does look like lace, don't you think? Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I think it does look like lace. Polished with non-textured cloth. Yes, I would agree with that because if you don't, it's going to get on other stuff and that won't be good. Now, what I can do is come back in to kind of get a little more on here, and this is going to be my strong image, and then fade it. Oh man, I love, you know what it reminds me of? Like China. You know how they have the plates with like the gold kind of pattern around it, lacy? I love this. Sorry, I'm getting a little out of control, but it's fun when you discover a new way to use stuff. Oh, look at that. Oh, man. I think I can come in a little more here. You really can tell the difference with the dark and the light. I mean, it's really kind of ombre, you know? And I'm going to leave that stuff in the middle because I can't get into that with, wait, it's this way. So that's my cover. Isn't that amazing? Lenine, yes, watch from the beginning. It was fun. And then you've got your little book. Now let me I have a brand new cloth. So let me put this stuff back away. And I'm going to hold that over so I don't get stuff. Wait a minute. Let me get another one. I usually use an old placemat here, but I want to have room to rub it off. All right, so this is a nice clean towel. And I'm just gonna, I usually use t-shirt, but I don't think I have any on me or around right now. And you're gonna be amazed. It's gonna shine, but there's still stuff coming off. So that would be the stuff that's going on your whatever that you don't want it to. So make sure you do this. But you know what? It kind of gives a surface that's shiny because of the decoupage that you added on top. So it's like already sealed. Oh, look at that, guys. Isn't that the cutest little book? Oh, wait, it goes this way. Does it? Yeah, this way. I wanted the more pattern. Can you show again which embossing folder you used? Yes, I used the crochet mandala, which looks like this. And I do have them in my Etsy store if you want one. They're not much. They add so much, guys. The embossing folders are just so cool. I mean, look at that. The difference between before and after. I wish I had taken pictures because that really gave it a lot of dimension. Yes. The new ivory look. Yes, that would be. I'm playing with that a little bit, Jenny. The ivory. I really like it on the dark materials, but it's cool here too. Yes. Yeah. It's not the tablecloth. Oh yeah, this is the tablecloth. Sorry. I wanted to do, you're right. Okay. But the other one's good too. The other one is more detailed, but yes, that's exactly, sorry. I forgot I did this one first. I thought we were working with the other one. My future one that I can't wait to do, but it's not dry yet. Let's see how it's going over here though. Let's feel it. No, it's still wet. Shoot. Well, it's drying. I'm afraid to do the heat gun on it because I think it might make it curl up or something weird. So I don't want to do that. I'm going to let everything do natural. We're all natural today. All right. So the next thing I was thinking was, if that turned out, was how to add my books to this. So I got these from Walmart a while ago, but I think they still have them. And I mean, it is the perfect fit. So I was thinking, though, that I might do it a different way than I normally do because this is such a little book that I rarely fill up 3 of them in one of these. So I thought, actually, Pam Bray told me this. She does this. She takes one book. So what would go with this? It's kind of fresh. I would probably cover these anyway, but to do this, you want to get the sewn in ones. So I don't know in the UK what you guys have, but I gotta find the middle here. There we go. All right, so you go to the middle and you get your pokey tool or you get scissors and just kind of unbind this. Scissors work good. If you can see, the stitches are tiny and you don't want to poke the holes in the book, but yeah, I'm poking holes in the pages, so don't poke myself in my eye. I have enough injuries. So did you guys go and look at Craft Roulette? Isn't it fun? Kind of, if you're not the one having to do it. No, they sound really nice. Okay, so I think we can just kind of pull that out. Get all these little hairs out here. They come out anyway if you... So what Pam does, is she splits this into thirds and makes 3 little books, or even 2 would be fine. You know, makes them into separate signatures so that you have kind of the bulk, but you don't have to add all those pages because it's pretty intense to fill them, you know, so they fit pretty well. So what I'm thinking is, actually, you know, I would probably do half and half. So maybe other way. Maybe I go like that. And then that way I have my 2 kind of split spine here. So I would take my little foam thing or whatever you have to poke into. If you have a craft mat or something like that, that's spongy. And I would just kind of add my little holes here. You know, actually, I'm going to get my leather thing, but I'm going to mark them first. So you could mark them with a pen, and you might need kind of a jewelry punch to do this because this is surprisingly thick. So I just happen to have a tool for that. If I can get it out. It's jammed in there with all the other tools, but this is a fun one. Sorry. Okay, so the way this works is you can adjust the size of the hole. So I'll do the biggest one here. And following my holes that I, kind of put in there, you squeeze it and then kind of move this around. Let's see if it'll punch. Yeah, I think so. You have to give it a good squish. Yeah, that should work. Because all I want is some string or elastic to go through here, which should be okay. And you might want to measure this if you're a measurer. Hi, Christy. Yes, the IKEA cups are cool. So strong, because I load them up with, you saw that. VR memory keeper hole punch with the eyelet setter. Yeah, we could do eyelets in here. Actually, I wasn't giving it my full strength. Let me see. All right, maybe I did get it. I don't want to tear this thing or make it go out of shape here. But that should do the trick. It looks fine. Okay, so I have my holes. So let's see. Do I want to do, I could do twine. I think I do want to do in Traveler's Notebook style. So let's see what I have for elastic. This is pretty skinny, but I have orange and yellow. I think maybe orange. I hate how they put this on the thing, though. You have to, it just is annoying. See, because I can't get to the end, so I have to cut it in the middle. I have to take the whole thing off and re-string it back on there, which is just a pain. What were they thinking? They should be asking us, how do you package that? Don't you think? We know these things. All right, I'm just gonna, I think this is pretty cheesy, but I think it's gonna work. And I can't remember where I got that, but I'm gonna start on the inside. Uh-oh, might have gotten luster wax, or it could be dirt, I don't know. The thing I like about this, though, is it's thin enough to go through, but we could do eyelets in there. I just not sure how much room we have, so I'm gonna not do the eyelets. Plus, it kind of takes away from the vintage. Well, I don't know. I guess that's pretty vintagey, but Merry and tidy. Always grab notebooks in the Wilco sale. All right, now this could be a little bit trickier. All right, going from in here because it's fuzzy. So we could just take our something and poke a hole through. Wiggling around. That's fine. And you just want to have your long ones on the inside and your short ones on the outside. More poking required. I love this. I am so excited about this. And the other thing is I would want to cover these little notebooks, maybe with like a file folder that would give it a little bit of strength. See, and I used way too much as usual. All right. Because leather is, you know, it moves, and so if you do that too tight, it's going to buckle like that. So it's kind of a fine line with the leather. But see, so I'm going to take these, and it seems like I had file folders, but you know what? I'm already going late. But you get the idea of how this will all go together. And this. And what my plan is just to cover these with some matching paper or file folder to give it a little more shape. And look at that. Isn't that cute? So you could actually make these a little bit tighter, and I might do that. So I'm not going to cut that right now. I might want to do that. And I might want to make these a little thicker, or I might want to add like a little folder or something, a little pocket folder. I don't know. Isn't that cute though? I love it. I'm so happy it worked. Thank you for coming on the journey with me. Using the dies is more quicker. Yes, is more quick. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys like it. There it is. Our beautiful little napkin decoupage embossed and gilded card case. Voila. I think the size of all the journals would be in files. Yes, we do have, you know what? We have the insert one. I think we have one that has the size of each of the journals somewhere. But, you know, if you're always wondering that, you can go on the Sizzix site and you can look at, it has all of the information on the die. So if you click on the whatever it is, you know, journal die or whatever, then it will say the dimensions, the finished dimensions. Okay. Oh, thanks, Jenny. Thanks, April. Now, which son-in-law? Look at this. I'm thinking this is mine. No, I cut them all. I have them all ready to go. I just haven't finished them, but I did cut them out of the navy blue. You have to give them the same or else they're going to, you know, I might give that to my husband, or I might do all of those for the son-in-laws. I just don't know yet, but they're in the pile. That one is kind of cool though. Maybe the guys would like that more, and then I could do their names on there. So I don't know. I'll let you know when I get them done. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming. That was fun. All right. Have a great evening, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night. Okay. And if you laugh, that's okay. I'm gonna be fine. I may have a whiskey sour on the side. I'm just saying. All right. Thanks, guys. What number is this die? I can tell you that, Karen. The number is, and I'm still using my original one, and the number is 666, devil number 278. Okay, 666 278. Okay, that is the card case die. That's what I used, and there it is. It's not quite as chubby as that one, but I think it's really cute, and I love the leather. You know, you could put a pocket in here. You totally could put a pocket inside. I would put my holes closer to each other, and I would put a pocket right in there or in the back. There's all kinds of things you can do with this, guys. I can't wait to see. Make sure you put it up in the fan club, okay, if you do this. All right? Thank you. Thanks, Belinda. Good night. Night, everybody. Thanks for staying up. Lenine, we'll see you. Watch the replay. And thanks, everybody, for being so nice and willing to let me go off and try these crazy things. And I hope you try them too. Or if you do crazy things, tell us what they are. Okay? We want to see. All right. Take it easy, guys. See you soon. Bye.